Something's happening in Flowery Branch that you can feel in the air, and Falcons fans, you need to pay attention because it could be the beginning of a new era. Hit that like button now because I'm keeping you well informed. Now imagine this, over 5,000 people packed into training camp, cars filling the parking lots, fans cheering with a level of enthusiasm we haven't seen in years. And it all comes down to one name, Michael Penix Jr. The quarterback conversation in Atlanta has been exhausting since Matt Ryan's last snap of 2021. We've seen Marcus Mariota, Desmond Ridder, and even Kirk Cousins circle the center, and the results have been, let's be honest, brutal for a fan base starved for stability. But now, there's something different, something new, and it's not just hype. Arthur Blank himself is betting big on it. The Falcons owner didn't mince words this week, standing at that podium, looking at the sea of reporters, and basically saying what every Falcons fan has been desperate to hear. Michael Penix Jr. has all the qualities of a franchise quarterback. Let that sink in for a second. Blank isn't the kind of guy to throw those words around lightly. He even went as far as saying that if Penix can give this team a run even close to what Matt Ryan gave them, they'd be thrilled. But this isn't just lip service. There's a noticeable shift in the way this organization is moving right now. Blank admitted the last 7 years have been difficult, and for the first time in a long time, he genuinely feels this team is in a different place. That's not just optimism, that's ownership-level confidence in a young quarterback stepping into the spotlight as the Week 1 starter. And Penix himself? He's not acting like a rookie anymore. This guy is treating this like his team. He's been working relentlessly, not just on his arm, but on relationships, on leadership. He told reporters something that sticks with you. Leadership isn't about being the loudest guy in the room, it's about connecting. That's coming straight from advice his dad gave him years ago. Penix knows not every teammate responds to the same kind of motivation, so he's been studying his guys, learning them individually, even spending time off the field to build trust. He said it best, now, it's like, okay, now I can rip you, because it's coming out of love. That's not a rookie talking, that's a leader talking. And when you combine that mindset with talent, you get something special. On the field, there's been a lot to get excited about too, even if the stat sheet doesn't tell the whole story. Day 2 of training camp, for instance, Penix went 6 for 13, and if you just glance at that, you might think he struggled. But context matters. 4 of those 7 incompletions were pure drops, and some of them were painful to watch. Ray McLeod let one bounce right off his chest, Kaderil Hodge had one Jared loose in a collision, Drake London dropped a sideline pass, and Bijan Robinson, yes, Bijan, burned his defender for what should have been a massive gain, only to flat-out drop it after Penix dropped it perfectly in the bucket. Those are plays that change the narrative instantly if they're caught. What really stood out was Penix's poise, sidestepping a blitzing linebacker, drawing a defensive pass interference on Clark Phillips' 3 with a deep shot to London. By all accounts, only 3 of his throws were true misses. Meanwhile, Kirk Cousins had himself a clean day statistically, going 9 for 10, even hitting on a gorgeous deep ball to David Sills v. But here's the thing, this isn't Kirk's team anymore. That's not me saying it, that's the entire vibe around camp. This is Michael Penix Jr.'s team now, and everyone knows it. And it's not just offense getting people talking. Defensive coordinator Jeff Ulbrich has these guys flying around, punching at the ball like it's 2016 all over again. Drake London fumbled twice, DeMarco Hellams and Mike Hughes forcing turnovers, and even rookie Billy Bowman scooping up a loose ball. That kind of aggressive defensive energy is exactly what this team has lacked for years. But here's where it gets really interesting. This isn't just about camp highlights or training camp hype videos, this is about a real shift in culture. Blank said it himself, this organization feels like it finally has the right mix, quarterback, coaching staff, personnel department, all lined up for long-term success. That's not something we've been able to say for a while. And if you're a Falcons fan who's been through the pain of these last few seasons, you can feel that cautious optimism turning into genuine belief. What do you think, Falcons fans? Is Michael Penix Jr. really the guy who ends this 7-year drought and becomes the long-term franchise quarterback Atlanta's been searching for? Drop your thoughts below. And here's where the story takes an even more intriguing turn, because this isn't just about one young quarterback trying to prove himself. This feels like the rebirth of an entire franchise. Training camp isn't just practice this year, it's a show. 5,000 fans packing the hill in Flowery Branch, cheering at every deep ball, gasping at every defensive strip, living and breathing every rep as if it's already week one. Arthur Blank himself made a point to thank those fans during his press conference, making it clear that this connection between the team and the city matters now more than ever. That kind of energy doesn't just happen for no reason. It happens because fans believe something is about to change. And if you're looking for signs of a culture shift, just watch the defense. Jeff Ulbrich's influence is already showing up big time. His blitz-heavy approach is giving this offense fits in camp. Khalid Kareem looked unstoppable at times, Zach Harrison was living in the backfield, and Rook Orhororo blew right through the middle for a sack that had fans roaring. Even more telling was how aggressive this secondary looked. DeMarco Hellams forcing a fumble on Drake London, Mike Hughes ripping another one out, and rookie Xavier Watts stepping in with the first team alongside Jesse Bates. This defense isn't backing down, and it's clearly setting a new tone. But make no mistake, the story still revolves around Michael Penix Jr., because this team will only go as far as he takes them. And that's exactly what Arthur Blank is banking on. Remember, Blank specifically said he hopes to get a duplicate run out of Penix like they did with Matt Ryan. That's huge. That's not just saying, hey, we like our young QB. That's saying they're ready to build the next decade of Atlanta Falcons football around this kid. And you can see why. His leadership is already making an impact. Players like Bijan Robinson are talking about how the chemistry is finally coming together. Penix himself is putting in the work to make sure that when he speaks in the huddle, everyone listens, not because he's yelling, but because they trust him. And now the real test is about to begin. Preseason kicks off August 8th against the Detroit Lions, and you better believe all eyes are going to be on every single snap Penix takes. Fans want to see that connection with London, Kyle Pitts, and Robinson finally come to life under real game pressure. They want to see if this kid really can be the one to bring stability to a franchise that's been searching for it for years. So now it's your turn, Falcons fans. After everything you've seen and heard so far, after all the years of quarterback roulette, do you believe this is finally the guy who can bring Atlanta back to relevance? Drop your comments below. Do you think Michael Penix Jr. is the future of this franchise, or are you still waiting to see it on the field before you buy in? And if you're riding this wave of optimism, tell me, how far do you think the Falcons can really go this season with him under center? Don't forget to click the like button and subscribe to the channel. Go Falcons!